Hello, everybody. Welcome into my channel. My name is Roxanne, and this is Acrimony. Sorry if I glitch at any point. And I think in a previous video I was talking about that I do tend to glitch. I don't know what it is, if it's me or if it's YouTube, whatever. But so if I do, I'm very sorry because I can't see it on here when I'm looking at myself on my live feed. I don't see nothing. Everything looks clear to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. I look good. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh wow, my phone just played out of nowhere. I think it's because, oh yeah, I had it on my phone set to see what I hear so I could hear myself. Because I know some people do that. And I didn't even realize you could do that. I was like, oh, wait a minute, I could do that just to go in and see what I sound like. Because sometimes I play music in the background. Hold on, let me see if you can hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm watching it actually. I have videos going on, like music videos going on my TV. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Can you hear that? I don't know. I don't think so. Anywho, yeah. Oh well. Whatever. Yeah, so coffee with Jack. You guys know me. If you know, you freaking know, right? So, um, yeah, coffee with me and Jack. So I don't know, but over here this way where I'm at, the other day was Easter, and I got to spend a beautiful, lovely time with my family, and I got to see my grandchild. Um, I wasn't able to see my grandson, which I'm really bummed out about, but I'll be able to see him this weekend. So that's the good news. He's coming to see grandma this weekend, so I can spoil him and love on him. I'm gonna see both of them again. Well, I'll see him, and then I'll see my granddaughter too. So yeah, I think it's absolutely adorable because my grandson and my granddaughter are very when they because they're so close in age. I think they're only like 6 months apart. So it's uh it's like watching my son and my daughter all over again. And that's so beautiful. If you see that my nails are getting crusty, it's because the polish only lasts for so long, right? And then I think I don't know, I think this nail is messed up. Anywho, but the point is that my grandkids are beautiful, and yeah. So I got to spoil my granddaughter with candy mouth filled like a little chipmunk, filled with jelly beans and candy, and she absolutely hates the what are those called? Peeps. The famous marshmallow Peeps. She's terrified of Peeps. And when I say terrified, I'm literally terrified. It's cute. It's so funny because she was cracking open all her Easter eggs just to make sure she didn't find one of those little bunnies. She was like, no. She would throw it on the floor and be like, no. Yeah. So, anywho, I hope you all had fun with your families and got to see uh, and connect with if you have grandchildren yourself or kids, whatever your family looks like for you. Hopefully you got to see whatever your family looks like, the aunt, the uncles, the grandma, the grandpas, or just the friends. I don't know. But yeah, so yesterday was super cool. I don't know. So I put chat really big on the thumbnail so everybody knows, hey, this is chat. You're not going to get it's chat, you know. That's what you're going to get out of this video. That way, you're not clicking to be like, oh, I don't that way So if you don't like chat, don't click on this video, especially if it says chat. Don't do that. So yeah, what you call it? I wanted to just vibe out with y'all uh right now, and I don't know. You never know how these reads are gonna go. To the left, to the right, up, down, sideways. Who fucking knows where this is gonna go? As above, so below is the t-shirt for the day. Hey, 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 hey. So yeah, as above, so below, right? So that's like whatever you guys are putting out there, right? In the spiritual realm, whatever prayer that you're seeking or asking, or wanting to manifest, goes out into the spiritual realm, and then as above, so below, you can manifest it here for yourself. So yeah, this is a really cool t-shirt. I seen it and I was like, yes, please. And then of course we got the gray going on, the silver gray. So I had to get the gloves to match. I was like, we'll go with these ones today. That's what we'll do. So yeah. But anywho, what we're gonna do is we're going to chat, hang out, however this video goes, however it flows, just flow with me. So if you're willing to hang in there and you actually came for the chat and you don't mind it, well then great. Hang in there, because who knows? You might get a tarot read, you might get an oracle read, you might get a hooty hooty wada wooby. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna come out, And then if you guys know, and you see my prior videos, you don't know what my brain is going to pump out during the read. I don't know. Or just talking in general, because I pull things out of left field sometimes, because that's just the way that I am. And for those of you that know that, because you've seen my prior videos and you're like, oh shit, she's all over the place with this. Yeah, so I don't know. Let's look at the famous stubborn deck that doesn't like to pull out cards ever. It just has me shuffling. Convincing yourself it's fine. Enlightened for 4 hours. Spiritual high reality check. You're like, yes, this is great. Until, I don't know, you have that major reality check, like, yep, that's it's like, come back to earth, people. Come back to earth. Who is that? I'm being nosy. Okay, I'm just being nosy. I could see through my blinds, like people passing by, and I'm like, who is that? Totally fine. Totally fine. See his mug? My mug has Jack. Yep, it is totally fine. Are you guys in denial about something? Trying to convince yourself? Emotional suppression? Like, we're good. Totally good. Did something happen yesterday during the holiday? Did something just blow up? Like, literally, but like, I don't know. Something happened in your world where you're like, ooh, had some type of major reality check, and now you're denying the feelings that come with that, and you're like, I'm great. Too many dings, not enough peace. That's with everybody all the time. A staple in the way the society is today, right? It's just way too many dings, because we're just connected in so many ways. When it comes to technology, it's 24/7 connection to technology. It's crazy. Hell yeah, I'm being nosy. Especially when I don't see people when I see people that I do not know and I never seen them around before, I'm the first person to be like, who are you? What do you want? If you're not FedEx or UPS, why are you here? Or Amazon? So, dang. They never want to talk, and all of a sudden it's like, card vomit. They're like, yes, let's talk. How funny. The mug keeps popping up. Actually, I never seen this one before. That's cute. But I don't know exactly what it says, so it may not be so cute. Toxic but familiar. Attachment, comfort, and pain. You're like, this is great. Vibing out, but it's super toxic. The little nest that he's reclining in, it's got thorns everywhere. But he's literally lying to himself, like, this is fine. I'm fine. This is not toxic at all. There's all kinds of it looks like the wiring that they put around fences so people don't jump the fence, and it's got all kinds of the wires are coming out. So it literally it's supposed to keep people out. That's what it looks like he's wrapped up in. That's funny. All of these, do you guys see this? What happened? It's a card vomit. I don't know what that is. We'll find out, right? What is this? And then one kind of just it's this one right here. It kind of just off to the side, separate from this. It wants me to flip them. Like, manifesting sleep. Like, you guys, is that what the manifestation I was talking about? Trying to just get some sleep. Spiritual fatigue, wishful. Ow, ow. I got a sharp pain in my right ear. What does that mean? Ow. It actually hurt. Ooh, what is that? Hold on, I have to be nosy. Hold on, guys. I don't know why I felt that, but that hurt. That's my right ear. I was like, ow. Oh, it was after pulling this card out. Ooh, okay, it's associated with giving, external action, and the masculine principle, logical, assertive, and projective energy. When a sharp sensation occurs in the right ear specifically, it's frequently interpreted as a message regarding how you are processing information from the world around you. Are some of you having a resistance to guidance, ignoring your intuition? Ooh, that could be some type of toxic pattern that you're putting yourself in. Like you're ignoring your intuition, and your intuition is screaming, "This is toxic." You're like, "Ah, this is great. I'm in no danger at all." It's ignoring it, resisting a specific piece of advice. Ooh, what is that too? What do you guys advice? It's a wake up call from your subconscious suggesting that there is truth you're hearing either from others or your inner self, and you're finding it difficult to accept. External noise. Yee! What are you finding difficult to accept? I was in my read. Oops, in my Scorpio read, I was talking about that receiving some type of maybe something that's painful and it's hard for you to accept. It's something you don't want to hear. Yeah, but that was all in the Scorpio read that I did. I believe I have Sagittarius coming up next, so yeah, at some point I will get to that. But this is just a fun chat, and we're just kind of vibing out and just seeing what the energies are out there. So it's going to be a lot of different energy, right? Unless someone resonates with each and everything I pull. I don't know. Possible, but I don't know. Just take what resonates in all these little messages. So yeah. Ignoring your intuition about something, toxic but familiar, some type of pattern you're sticking yourself in, right? Spiritual fatigue, wishful thinking, burnout, nap. Are you guys not getting any sleep? Did you not get any sleep this weekend? And you know you need to get to that, but you're just not doing it? Maybe you guys are just wishful thinking, spiritual fatigue, manifesting sleep. Super tired. You know what helps me to sleep? I've mentioned this plenty of times before in other videos, but ASMR. ASMR. There's plenty of ASMR videos out there on YouTube. A lot of content creators for ASMR, and that puts me right to sleep. It does the trick every time. So if you guys are really trying to manifest sleep for yourselves, look into that. If you don't know what it is, it's audio sensory meridian response. So like they whisper, tap, whisper, or do like little different sounds in a microphone. And it's absolutely mind-boggling and mind-tingling, should I say, not mind-boggling. Well, yeah, could boggle your mind, but it's mind-tingling. It's great. Yee! This loves to come out. Oy, people. Okay, so still waiting on a sign. From above. Still waiting on a sign from above. There's the word right there. Doubt, impatience, divine silence. You're like, hello, where are you, God? I don't hear you. Or whoever it is that you pray to. Seen, never replied, ghosted again. So that brings me to this card right here, because this card right here is like seen 2 days ago and they just left you on red. Oops. Well, what the hell? Yeah, look at this. Seen, never replied. And this is over a situationship or some. Is this the toxic pattern? Is this what you guys are sticking yourselves in yet again? Are you not getting any sleep because of that? Okay. Jeez. Are you guys trying to manifest this person and it's not working out? Maybe you're waiting on communication from them, and you're like hoping, wishing, praying, and it's not happening, right? You're just looking at your phone and crying because it's not coming through, because this person literally went poof and turned into a ghost. But vapor. They just yeah, one day here, the next day not. They're just gone with the wind. Doing it again, compulsions, making those bad decisions, right? Because it is a pattern of toxicity, and it leaves you ghosted. It's interrupting your sleep pattern, and you're still waiting for this person. I talked about this. I must be really resonating because my nose is running. That happens to me, and I sniffle a lot during reads. If you notice that, it's because I don't know, it's going to resonate for somebody out there. So I'm really channeling something here, but obviously it's all about toxicity. Doing it again to yourself. Eesh. Look at that. Falling for the red flags yet again. Yet again. These are all just, I'm not even putting them in order. And usually my brain is just really aligned to just do that. It's just in my nature to put it all in order. But I'm just like, the way it came out, like card vomit, I'm just throwing it out there on the table, like blah, kind of like the way it landed is just, this is just a cluster. Fuck. I was like, should I say that word? Of emotions. And it's like a big shit show in front of me. Yeah, falling for the ignored the warnings, attraction, drama, geez, replaying the breakup. Did somebody, obviously it's there. They did break your heart. Look at that. And so you got not sleep because of that, right? You're just replaying it over and over in your head, and then you're probably telling yourself, fuck, why did I do it to myself? Why do I always do this to myself with this person? And I want to say with this person because it's a pattern. It is a pattern, people. Why? Because it says it right here. There you go. Pattern. Look at toxic but familiar. This person's familiar to you, but it's a toxic pattern you keep sticking yourself in. And finally it happened, right? The breakup occurred. This is just one big sad storyline. And with this storyline just came the shit of emotions where, look at overthinking hour. I told you this person has you in your feels and you're up at night because you're doing this. Just replaying. See how his eyes are like, what's up here that's replaying in the mind that they can't sleep is the breakup right there. That's what's replaying in the mind. See his face down here? And then look at the breakup. That's replaying. That's what's replaying like a projector in his head. Oof. We've all been through that. When it comes to my breakup, I've actually, when it came to my divorce, I went through the ringer on that one with sleep. I was replaying every bit and detail of our split. And I was doing this quite a lot. And waking up in the middle of the night and just crying, crying. Can't sleep. Ooh, look at this. Can't sleep. What does it say? Might spiral, overthinking, emotional overload, can't sleep, manifesting sleep, can't sleep, overthinking hour, replaying the breakup. Wait, hold on. Yeah. This is why. Are some of you guys going through a breakup or a divorce? Is that, did you find my channel because of the, the fact that I don't know how the algorithm pumps it out there, if it's just like maybe looks at, when people type divorce or whatever, and my channel pops up like divorce transformation, or just, I don't know, if it's a divorce, a breakup, some type of split, however that is, there's a breakup here, and you guys are losing a shit ton of sleep. The 9 of Swords energy, big time. And the 10 of Swords energy. It's like, no bueno. You know what's crazy? So I was asleep earlier this morning, and I jumped up out of my sleep, and I heard a doorbell and a knock. And so, I jumped out of bed like quick because I could be a light sleeper like that. It's crazy. Like when it comes to noises and stuff like that. And so I could have sworn I heard a knock and a doorbell. And so I jumped up and I ran to the door. And then I came to the kitchen to look out this window right here and see, well, okay, who is this? What's going on? Who's at my door knocking this damn early? Because it better be freaking good. Damn good. If you're going to wake me up out of my sleep, hell no. So I was like, is there a package on the floor? So I was trying to see, who was at the door. I didn't see anybody. And I thought, oh, did I get something delivered to me? So I was kind of like, oh, joy, joy. But then when I didn't see a package there, I was like, what the hell? No one was around. And I got up pretty quick to come and see. It wasn't like I waited a while, and initially it scared me, I was, woof. I don't know, did some of you guys hear that? Or you're waiting for a knock at your door or a ring at your doorbell because you're just waiting for this person because they're ghosting you. Maybe that's why I heard that. Somebody's just waiting on somebody and it's causing a huge lack of sleep, people. Ooh. Man, but that's what happens when you're just sticking yourself in repeated toxic situations because it feels familiar, right? With this person. Maybe them treating you like shit. It's like, it feels familiar, so it's fine. No, it's not. This is all not fine. This is not one good card here. No, it's not. This is not getting no sleep and it's interrupting. That's terrible. Your brain is gonna, look at that. Look at his brain. It's gonna just cause you to spiral, right? Over emotional overload here. Yeah, and if you're feeling tired, that's, you can't be functioning off that and going to work like that because it's like, whoa. You might end up blowing up, your spot at work and really getting pissed off at somebody for no reason and taking it out in other ways, or or just in general, just a lack of motivation at work and not wanting to show up to do your job at all. You're just super tired and you're over it. You're over everything and everyone. Ugh, I'm afraid to pull this. I'm looking at it, but it's like, why do I want to hear more bad news? Why do they want to hear more bad news? I don't know. But if you are going through this is peeking out. Oh, that's just vibes. It's because it's so colorful and pretty. And I'm like, oh, because these are kind of all dark and sad. Yeah. Oh, man, people. You know what? I feel led to tell you, never, if you're waiting on a sign from this person, a knock at your door, your doorbell to ring, this person to freaking call you, don't wait. Don't ever freaking wait on anybody. If this person, if they left, obviously they did. If it's over for a reason. Just let it go. Do not wait on anybody, okay? Don't wait for somebody to come back and put yourself, and I know it's easier said than done, especially in the initial breakup. But never wait on a person to get their shit. Can't get their shit together and they've constantly just showing you, right? Through this repeated toxic pattern with this person. If they keep showing you like, hey, I can't get my shit together, then hey, you don't get to have access to me while you don't have your shit together. Because if you can't commit or give me what I need, for those of you that are, what is this? Self-love. Look at that. The card. For those of you that know, about this card, all right? When I was saying reference to just stay home with your cat, stay home with your pets, obviously, it's still wanting to say that. You're not going to get, happy, joy out of this person, right? You're not going to get that if they're non-committal, they're being a runner, and you're having to be a chaser, and this shit happens all the time, every time you guys hook up, and then you just keep doing it to yourself again, right? Because they come and spew some type of bullshit, and so you fall for the red flags. Look at the hearts in the eyes. Maybe they showed up at your door with flowers. Maybe thus hearing the doorbell and the knock this morning, even though nobody was there at my door. There wasn't nobody there. There was no package, but maybe somebody, delivered something to your door, and that's how this person snuck their way back in. Hell no. Wolf in sheep's clothing, people, and it landed on top of more red flags upon red flags upon red flags. You guys are watching me shuffle this shit, and it's not going to come out any other different, right? It's not. It is not. And this, you're going to wait until kingdom come and the Lord Christ comes down from the heavens and whatever else. It's not. No, it's not. You're going to wait until you actually turn into a skeleton. Fucking no. Okay, you don't wait for anybody. Karmic relationship, splitting the deck, and I talked about that. Sacred. I'm seeing the wolf right here. It says sacred friendship, but I'm seeing that I see imagery too. Imagery speaks a lot to me, and the wolf in sheep's clothing. I had told you guys, be careful. I feel led to tell you, like, wolf in sheep's, like, because I said sheep and then wolf in sheep's clothing. It led me to that, that thing, wolf in sheep's clothing. Maybe this keeps popping out too. Learn more about each other. Maybe I keep sliding the card back to that because it's trying to say you didn't learn enough. You didn't learn the lesson the first time. Number one. Number two, maybe because you didn't learn enough, about this person. You didn't really get to know them, because it says learn more about each other. And maybe that was your freaking mistake, right? You just went on a compulsion, made a not a compulsion, but a compulsive decision, maybe to sleep with this person or allow them a lot of, you allow them 100% access to you if you're sleeping with them, and you just really didn't get to know them. You didn't learn anything about this person. And I'm even feeling drawn to say, for some of you that met this person online and you jumped into something, or, or their things in general, just maybe asking you for stuff and you're giving it, and then this person disappeared. You know how they say those online scams, be careful, those online love scams. It's not who you think it is, and you're falling for somebody that's not even the somebody you think it is, and they're asking you for money, and then before you know it, they drained your whole bank account. Or this could be, somebody that thought you were getting to know, and it was just all lies. There was, maybe when it came time to, maybe this is how you meet people online, and all these people show up and they catfish you, and then they get something out of you, whether it could be, hey, let's meet up. And then you sleep with these people, and then they take off on you, right? They fucking ghosted again. You never see them. You never hear from them again. They disappear. Then you can't find their accounts online, or all access is just poof. It disappears, like vanishes. What did I say earlier? Like poof, this person just poof, like mist. Here 1 minute, gone the next. And you're like, what the fuck happened? And maybe you do this to yourself a lot. And so that also too, take it how it all resonates. And if that's not what this is, and it's just about, somebody that you're quite familiar with, it could be that too, and maybe also, like, I'm taking it back to meeting people online. You're not giving yourself an opportunity to really understand and learn somebody and learn more about this person before you go and open your wallet or your time or your love, or, I got this image in my head of, like, somebody about to send, like, you're sending pictures of yourself online, and maybe you that's something that went out there, and now all of a sudden, you're not hearing from this person anymore, and they kind of just disappeared with your pictures. I don't know. Take that also how it resonates. But either way, here, there's just some type of toxic pattern that you're repeating. It's not the other person doing the repeating. They may do what they do, but we got to look at ourselves. Like, what toxic pattern am I repeating that's inviting that type of shit into my life, right? And so you're getting all this, how they say trauma dumping? You're trauma dumping on yourself. That's what you're doing. In the end, you're creating all the bullshit for yourself. Doubly red flag confirmation. I'm looking at this again. I'm tripping out. Like, ooh, that shit's crazy. And then, like, more than one, there's a lot of cards in this deck alone. Okay. There's plenty here to see. There are positive things in that deck. There are, but to get reference to literally a breakup, right? Or this person ghosting, reference to something not panning out, right? But 3 cards out of all of this, and they all spewed the same similarities, the lack of sleep, right? And then the red flags from 2 different decks. That's doubly confirmation. Let me pull the tarot for you guys. Let's pull that tarot because, obviously this is all saying freaking 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, freaking 5 of Pentacles. That's all the imagery I'm getting. The freaking Page of Wands, freaking in the reverse, the freaking 7 of Swords, the King of Wands in reverse. Something told me, because I felt it in my fingers, it's like it nudged its way, flipped me. And I was almost hesitant to, because I kind of almost felt fearful to flip it over. I did say 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords energy, like 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. And then, I don't know, I said that earlier. I'm pretty sure I made a reference to, the 9 of Swords is connected to, in my brain, when I seen it in my mind's eye, the lack of sleep, right? Losing sleep. And then also the 10 of Swords, some type of ending. This is the breakup right here. That's also doubly confirmation. That's your 10 of Swords energy that you guys are in right now. Eesh, damn. Whoever's going through this, it's like, damn, you know what? It sucks. This is just, hold on. Hold on one sec. This is way too much. The Ace of Pentacles came out in the reverse. So there's not going to be no new beginning here. Don't even look for this person. Like, really don't. Look, King of Cups in reverse. Look at that. There's a 7 of Swords. Didn't I just say the 7 of Swords? The King of Cups, it came out in reverse. I'm looking at it here, but it's in reverse. But look, there's your 7 of Swords. Yee! Dang, dude, I don't even think I need to pull cards. I'm just all seeing it in my mind's eye, and they're coming out as I'm saying it. It's just like all, okay, 5 of Wands here, a lot of obstacles. There's a lot of challenges with this person. There's a lot of, the energy is just all bad. Damn, like that. Freaking Sage. I heard the song, and I'm hearing it again in my head. I'm hooked on a feeling. But this feeling is not good. You're hooked on a person that's bringing you horrible feelings. Eee. Look at the Sage is even falling apart. I didn't see it like that the other day. Oof. Are you falling apart? Are you hanging on by a thread, literally? You're like, shit. Just, this is all like, whoa, 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 slow it down. You're just hooked on that feeling. Yeah, I don't even need to pull the coming out. Why is this person, I mean, what the heck? If this is somebody that you're on repeat with, right? Toxic pattern, toxic but familiar with this person, right? Because y'all keep letting them back in, people. And so, I don't know. Why do you like doing this to yourself? There goes that. I don't know what just flew out, but there goes the drama at the bottom of the deck. Hell yeah, it's drama. Hell to the yeah. This is triply confirmation. And you want to know why? Because that is drama, right? Right? There's your red flags. And there is also your red flags. But look at what it says. Attraction, ignored the warnings, drama. Okay? There. Triply. So it went from double to triple. Drama. A lot of them red flags. But we do it to ourselves when we don't listen to our intuition. Thus, the pain in my right ear. That pain, I hurt. So this is your pain right here. That's painful. But overall, the spiritual meaning of the pain in the ear is a wake-up call. This is your wake-up call, people. I am giving you a wake-up call about this person. So if you resonate with this, it's your wake-up call. Time to wake up about this person. Okay? Stop sleeping literally on yourself and being in la la land. You're being delusional. You're being delulu when it comes to this person. His face right here, he is delulu, right? Look at all the stars and the greatness, right? But he's not feeling anything good. He's sitting in a basket. I don't know if you can see it. Look at all those thorns, barbed wire, and he's acting like he's comfortable in that toxicity. He is not. It's bullshit, people. Bullshit. Okay, wait, hold on. I learned that I can do that. Just, dude, Roxanne, why are you putting your whole damn hand over the camera, you idiot? Just go ahead and slide this over. Ta-da! Ah, man, I swear. It's like, what? Okay. And so I don't even know. I think this came out in the reverse. I don't know, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Well, how I'm gonna take this card. Maybe you're dealing with a Libra. A Libra. Maybe. Anywho, the point is legal matters, court vibes, divorce. See that word? Oh, I was talking about divorce earlier. I was talking about that. I did start by talking about those of you finding this channel through, you found me through because of that means, you know, if you don't know anything about me, I do have a playlist where it gives my first 2 videos that I ever made that launched this channel. And the first one talks about, I think it says my divorce journey or something like that. And it's, I don't have very many videos to scroll from anyway. I think I only have like maybe 30 out there, or I don't know, really. I don't, but it's not a lot for you. But go down to the very first video. And that talks about my divorce, right? And what's funny is when I got up this morning, was my personal divorce. I was thinking about my own breakup, my own divorce. And like I was saying earlier, I was on repeat in my mind over the breakup, and it did cause this hell of a lot. Hell of a lot. Ain't no damn sleep. Was it no comfort? Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's gone. Wait, every time she's gone away. I know. I don't know. I just got that song. Sometimes my brain. It's the way it works. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Every time she goes away. Maybe some of you gents out there are singing that about, this person that went away on you. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Gents, ladies, or gents, either way, take that song how it resonates, because it can resonate with both. The point is when they go away, right? You're like, ain't no sunshine when he or she is gone. And I'm noticing in that song, every time, it says every time she goes away, but it's just in general. Every time they go away, every time they fucking do this to you, there ain't no sunshine, right? There ain't no sunshine in this picture, right? Dark skies, late at night, looking up at the stars. That's when you're singing the song. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. And every time she goes away, right? And so that's the toxicity, the familiar pattern of this person, in and out, in and out. And every time they go away, it leaves you feeling like this. And then you're like, oh, dealing with another breakup. But coming back to this, if you fit in the category of you're getting a divorce and you're splitting from somebody, maybe you're talking about divorce, but every time the divorce conversation pops up, it's when this person removes themselves from the relationship so they can go and have a little playtime. And so they disappear with the whole, we're this is it, I'm leaving. Have you guys ever heard that one? This is it, we're done, I'm leaving, it's over. You call it quits, and then you guys separate for a little while. And so it's around and around we go. And maybe you guys are together, married. This is what this card is saying. But the divorce keeps getting, it's it, I'm divorcing you. We're going to get divorced. Bullshit. I call bullshit. whoever's doing that, or if you two are doing it to each other, whoever's doing the divorce, they're playing the divorce card. That's what I want to say. Thank you, Spirit. They're throwing the divorce card out there. Like, here you go. Because this person wants to go play. Oopsie. Almost, oops. 40:04 when I looked at my clock after I almost literally I almost removed YouTube when I threw the card like that. My whole screen just like whoop, it almost went away. Whee! Went away every time she goes away. Yeah, but it was 40:04. So I don't know. Look up 40:04. 40 or 04 or just the number 4 or 44. Spiritual meaning, science, synchronicities, people. If you know, you freaking know. I'm really big on that. So anywho, the point is looking at this, the divorce card, maybe that's what they fucking play all the time. Every time they want to go out there and, split from you. So they cause the argument and the drama so they can go and have their little playtime and go fuck around with whoever else they're messing with, right? So they're like, I know, I'm going to throw the divorce card out there and be like, hey, I don't want to be with you no more. I want a divorce. That way, they can separate themselves from you so they can go and play, right? It's all a facade. It's a fake breakup because they know later they're going to come back. But when that happens, look at, you're delusional about the whole shit. It's like, get it together, If this is what's happening, if that's also a storyline and it's happening to you, if you're just getting a divorce in general, of course, we've all been through that, right? The split, right? And there's a whole lot of red flags and drama. I seen a lot of red flags before my split, before leading up into the moments until the time he left. And I literally moved out and left. I was seeing a lot of the red flags with him. There was some type of, there was a toxic pattern happening, right, in the relationship where I was like, but I was ignoring the red flags because I didn't, and drama would get thrown around a lot of arguments. That way, they could branch off and go because there was a third party involved, unfortunately, in my situation, and so the whole, there was some times where arguments would, get started by him, and I would be really like, what the hell did I even do? Like, what just happened right now? But it was, now that I look back and now I know, it was so he caused the drama so he can leave and remove himself from the house and be gone all weekend so he can go and do his thing. And at the time I wasn't 100% sure of what the hell was happening. I had an idea. I did have an idea, of feeling, I did. But I was ignoring it, and I was trying to put up with the fucking toxicity and the pattern of what was happening between us at the end, But it was all just eventually leading up into the point where, eventually he left. It was just like everything was catching up with everything, and it just wasn't working out. And so thus, yes. And so all of this shit came. Yeah, and it was fucking complicated. And for those of you that this is a situationship and you keep putting yourself in this toxic pattern with this person, and maybe it doesn't have to do anything with, situationships, that's not divorce, right? It's this could be place yourself how you see fit, splitting from your person through divorce, or they're throwing the divorce card around, but you guys are not actually getting a divorce. Have you ever heard of people doing that? Where they're constantly fighting all the time, and then you hear about them and they're like, oh yeah, they've split again, they're going to get a divorce, but then it doesn't happen, and then you see them a couple months later and they're all hugging each other on Instagram. Fucking, we're in love again, everything's all fine and good. I know he was out fucking around, but you know what, I'm gonna ignore it. Doesn't matter, he came back, we're in love. People do that shit, and I trip out. And it is the fucking truth when they say, watch what you look at on Instagram, because a lot of huge percentage of the time that you're looking at couples, you're looking at the fucking good shit, right? They're posting all the good shit, but there is a lot of drama behind that and that photo, You're looking at the lovey-dovey, I love them so. But the reality is that nobody has their shit together in that relationship, and it's just posting a bunch of fucking false news, And so when we look at this stuff, we can tell ourselves like, I wish I had that. But it's like, bitch, no, you don't, because the reality is when that person fucking goes to bed with that person, it's not just that person. There's a third party and they're all breaking up, and drama and toxicity and red flags and fucking can't sleep, and there's constant breakups and toxicity and fucking ghosting each other. Why? You don't want that. You think you want that because you're looking at a lie. That's, that's not real. It's false. I'm getting that what is that? Wolf of Wall Street, where he's like, it's a fugazi. It's not real. It's fucking bullshit. That's what that is. And then we're sitting there like looking at all this fucking social media shit. All these people are hugging up and kissing all over each other, but that's not even fucking real. And you're like, I wish I had that. Is this what you really wish you had? Because that's what they have. They're just not going to post that. They're not going to post that shit. Hold on, guys. Card fell. Da-da-da, because I learned that I can just push the button on my camera but make it hard on myself. We need to all stop making shit hard on ourselves, right? Making it more hard than when it has to be. It's like, it doesn't have to be that hard, Roxanne. Yeah, but that's the reality of shit, And I'm laughing about it because I can even look back and laugh at myself, because I've already come to terms, and it was time to throw in the white flag, or wave the white flag with all of the, my past and whatnot, and and so I don't, it's whatever. Yeah, I'm talking about it because that's the whole point of this channel, and, I'm not going to sit there and be like, yeah, everything was great. We just got divorced because we just thought it was time. No, there's a lot of toxicity behind that, and it's unfortunate, and it fucking happens. And, it happens, but I've learned to come to terms with it. And not all the time I'm fine and dandy. There are times that hit me, and it's crazy because, like I said, this morning I was thinking about my divorce. I was thinking about my past, and actually what led me to thinking about my past and my divorce is because I felt a little bit of, like I said, I can look back. Yeah, I can laugh at myself now and look back at things or whatever and just be like, oh, yeah, it's fucking unfortunate. It took me a lot of fucking, I went through a lot of bullshit to get to where I'm at today. Okay. This just didn't fucking happen overnight. Mind you, it's already been 7 years, I think. I think he left back in 2019, 18. He was already gone before that. But what I'm saying is mentally he had already checked out. But because there was someone else in the picture, I think a whole year prior to him even leaving. So anywho, the point is, that's not the point. Well, it kind of is. But what the point is, what I'm saying is it took me a long time to get into my, where I'm not, yeah, it's still, it'll trigger me. Some aspects of our divorce still can trigger me in a way where, not where there's drama and shit going on, like where, we're yelling at each other, arguing, fighting. We're actually, we don't do that. We haven't done that in a while, that we're kind of just like, he's over there living his life and I'm over here living my life. But taking it back to thinking about my divorce and the triggers, it's because I was with my grandchild the other day and I was seeing, her running around and picking up her eggs and putting them in her basket. And I was like, and my daughter was talking to me about, her really wanting to have her dad there and wishing that he would be here to see, her doing her thing, her daughter. I wish dad was here to see, my granddaughter do, what she's doing and having a blast. And so what triggered me is the fact that she knows she can't ask that of him because the third party, the person that he is with, there's a lot of, I guess, the way she fucking feels about shit. She's well, why do you want to go over there with your ex-wife? So she's a lot of the reason why he doesn't come around now to enjoy certain things like that. And she wants him around more. But, it's, her getting in there and, in his ear about, well, why do you want to do that? And it's not even about that. It's about being with your grandchildren and being able to, that's what we're all coming together for as a family. It's not like me and him are trying to link up or do anything like that. It's just the fact that being all adults and being in one place and saying, hey, and my ex has done that before, right? He's done that before for, my granddaughter's first birthday party. He showed up, but there was a lot of drama behind that. Like he didn't stay as long as my daughter would have liked him to. And a lot of that has to do with ain't her fucking third party. But the point is, it breaks my heart a little still to know that at some point when you get married, you look and think back to the initial feelings of when you first get married, and then you I used to paint an image of my mind and always wonder what it'd be like to grow old together, or to be together and look at our children, our grandchildren. Our children have their children. And so yesterday it put me in my feels a little, because especially when my daughter said that, because it's fine with me that he's there. That'd be great. But it's just so much more. It's the fucking, just the aspects of, just, I don't know, the fact that it just makes me sad, like, that he couldn't be there. Like, she didn't want, not that she wanted to invite him, and she didn't do that because of the what for her reasons, that how she said. And and it's truth, and so that makes her upset and sad, and then that makes me think about, man, when it sucks, because you don't, when it comes to the grandchildren, and now we're at a phase in our lives where we're older, and we're now enjoying and looking at our grandchildren, but from apart. We're not doing it together. And so that's the it make me feel a little bit sad. you know it sucks. It sucks that we can't, that's not in the cards for us to come together as to be still married and enjoy the grandchildren together. The whole, I'm seeing the movie Up in my head, where they grow old together. That's just the whole point, right? And then they go through life together, and whatever phases of life that they go through, they do it together, right? And so when the holidays, shit like that, things like that could be a little bit of a trigger, even though it's been so long. But it's kind of like, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad, but it makes me very emotional. What is that from? From a movie. Very, very emotional. Yeah. Right. What does the drama card even say? I don't even know if I read that to you guys. It's creating problems, thirsty for attention. Thirsty for attention. Reminds me of somebody I know. Thirsty for attention. And overreacting drama queen. Reminds me of somebody I know. Third party. Yes, I can still be a little bit petty sometimes. Shit, what do you expect? I'm not perfect. But anywho, I am still healing, okay? I'm gonna heal every day through this divorce, as long as I'm still on this planet. And it's not even just healing through my own, divorce. It's just in general, fucking healing phases of life. Because when you do decide to go back out there and date, you get flakes, and you get shit like this and shit like this. Then you gotta heal from that. And you're like, fuck, what the hell? This is not looking good. This is no bueno. It just doesn't pan out in whatever way, shape, or form for us, right? Whether we're going through divorce, or, just out there in the dating game, in the cesspool of dating. Fuck, my pickings are slim to none. It's like trying to pick oranges off a or not even oranges, just trying to pick some type of, I don't know, flowers off of a tree or a branch that doesn't grow, right? In the dead of winter, and you're just trying to like get that tree to give something, and you're very slim pickings. It's like, no, it's not working out. There's not going to be, it's just slim pickings. No. I'm like, yeah. But then when I hear other people's stories, even people that are, younger than me, that are out there and they're dating, and they haven't even found their one, right? Somebody that they, or a person that, they haven't even experienced marriage, And so even when it comes to that, just, they can't, it's just hard, the options for us out there are fucking, like I said, slim pickings. And it doesn't matter what age group you fall in. Fucking slim pickings for everybody. It's like, what's happening to the society of, our the people of just the single people out there in our society, and the deterioration, the decay of society, and the fact that it's hard to find a good one. It really is. It's so freaking hard. And whatever. But I'm fine with that. Like I told you, I had a rant and a whole spiel about being fine with being single, and so this shit right here, all of this stuff, it just makes me want to continue to be more happy in my choices, and I feel more, because I don't want to be back to any of this. I don't want to be in any of these situations anymore. Fucking, it is complicated. I don't want to be ghosted. I don't want to be in toxic but familiar situations. I don't want to be fucking waiting for people to get their shit together. I don't want to be in situationships. I don't. And I fucking like my sleep. I want to go to sleep. Where's that card at? I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be fucking just wishing I could go to sleep. I want to actually be asleep, people, in my bed, enjoying all of my bed to myself. I was talking about that too in a prior video. Being able to enjoy the whole bed to myself, but I fucking push myself way to the other side just to, I don't know. I wake up like that. I'm not in the middle. I should be, right? I got all that room and I still don't do it. Yeah, so, oh gosh, I'm afraid to pull more cards. This is just scary. It's scary. It's scary shit. I'm seeing a Michael Jackson Thriller, and the video where they're all zombies and they're like dancing. That's what everybody looks like to me. I'm like, no, thank you. They're like, yeah, I ran across a lot of different shit, like being, already older and up there in age and they don't have a job, or they constantly are bouncing from job to job. They have no stability at all. It's like, what the fuck? I've seen that. I've seen, fucking everything under the sun, I think. And I'm like, what is happening? I don't think I want this. I think I'm happy being by myself. No thanks. Yeah, so if this is what it's looking like, let's just, as a reminder, as I'm gathering these cards and putting them back, let's look. Let's look in the projector. Let's look in the movie screen. Let's look at this is the slideshow of your guys' life. Sorry. This is what it is. So maybe you need to start rethinking things and reevaluating. Ta-da! One more. And so that's that. We're going to put you back now because you've already spoken enough. And then sorry. We're going to put you back too because you've already spoken up. And then just put that behind there. We don't pretend we don't see it, right? Because we're not doing that. We see it. We acknowledge it. Okay? Heal yourself, people. We'll just put that back in the deck. We'll just put it over here. I was already spewing out things in my mind's eye, and things were just coming out as I was splitting the deck. You guys seen it unfold in real time, people. Or whatever time you catch this. It doesn't matter. You guys seen it. You guys seen the cesspool of shit just coming out of those cards. Like, here you go. Here you go. No good cards here. That's what it turned into, unfortunately. Dang, my chat room was like, come in and fucking be in this Ten of Swords energy. That sucks. Sorry about that, guys. But you know what? Those are the lessons that need to be learned. And yet again, like I was saying in a prior video, it is what it is, and all these are coming out. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, this, this toxic pattern with this person is going to end. And when they come back, yes, allow them to. No. I told you I'm not gonna say that. And notes. Let me get you some. I don't know. Do we want to do? No, we want to do sacred soul messages. I don't know. I kind of feel like the spiritual messages, maybe with this being so like shitty, this is a little bit too. I don't know, like too chippery. It's too chippery. We don't want to get too chippery and too spiritual and deep, right? We don't want that. Sometimes, when we're in a bad mood and somebody's like, oh, I'm sorry. And they're like, but you know what? It happened for a reason. And you're just like, shut the fuck, get away from me. Shut up. That's what you're thinking in your head. See, so I don't want to be too hoogie bougie spiritual and fucking, delulu by saying something that you guys may not want to hear right now because you're upset. And I get it. Sometimes you just, I don't know. These are not so bad. These are kind of cute little messages. They're not so spiritually deep, okay? Because I kind of feel like that's the energy you're in right now. You're kind of just, you don't want to, and maybe because you do know. You know that you call this shit upon yourself. And so when somebody tells you something, you're like, you don't want to hear it either. I keep seeing the boat. The boat saying, let the water settle. Stars will be married in you. Take a break. Time away brings clarity. It's not hoozy bougie spiritual. It's not the fugazi. It's not being too delulu in the stars. It's just kind of saying like, ooh, strong feelings inspired. Don't settle for less. And look, it's got the hearts. Don't settle for less. Yeah, but I'm not being too delulu with it. I'm just, that's what it is that you need to know, Taking time away brings clarity. So maybe you need time away from this person so you can really think and, just think about shit. What am I going to do? Am I going to keep on keeping on in this situation and allow myself to keep getting hurt? What am I going to do? Right? You got to find what that clarity looks like for you guys. Am I going to keep being unbalanced when it comes to situationships, relationships, your love life? Because there's a huge imbalance there. There's a huge not looks good. It doesn't look good at all. It not looks good. not Yeah, I'm getting hot. Are you guys in a fuming rage over this person? Upset? I feel I'm getting hot out of nowhere, like turn the fan on, and I don't know. That's weird. My coffee isn't even hot. It's actually cold. Been sipping on cold coffee. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to steer away from being too spiritual right now and throwing that on you guys. I feel like you're in a mood. I'm feeling this like, you don't want to hear it. And so, like when it comes to, in due time, things will pan out. You just have to sit and meditate. No, we're not going to, I don't know. We're just going to keep this real, right? With, there's a time and a place for certain messages and certain things and a time for them. But I don't feel it with this specific read. Like there is a time to just say, let's bring out a healing from, and there is no either way to put anything together with, how usually you get an outcome in the end. Like, okay, what's your advice? I've already pretty much told you. And I don't want to get to, like with this cards like, they're like real spiritual, like they're good cards. Don't get me wrong. They're good cards. But I don't know, I kind of just feel like you don't want to hear any of that, you know? It's kind of, you know what it is, and you know at the end of the day you need to stay away from this person, and you really need to figure things out and look at yourself and do that work, you know? And that's my advice to you. Self-love. That was the very first card that popped out in the deck right here when I pulled you guys's, when I even started the read, right? Where is it? What the heck? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's the first one out. It's taking it back to that again. Okay, just, you know, start taking care of yourself instead of this person's needs when they feel the need to come around and disrupt your life and cause you pain. Love yourself a little bit more than that, you know? And that's not being too spiritual with it. You know, I'm not asking you to go meditate and love your, no, just love yourself. Have some respect for yourself, some self-integrity, you know? No, don't let people treat you like shit and then round the block and come back and do it again and again and again and again, you know? You don't have to settle there. Like I said before, there are way too many people out there in the world. And even if it looks like, you know, this card in here earlier was talking about like it becomes a pattern because you're familiar. It's familiar. It's like a familiar toxic, right? Because you're familiar with this person, you know? And I remember making a reference in another video talking about, you know, like when I started dating again, I was like, the first thing I thought of and I got a little pissed off about is the fact that, fuck, I have to fucking learn somebody new all over again and get to know somebody all over again, you know? And I'm like, wow, that's a lot, you know? And that way of thinking can make you not just stay in the toxic pattern that you're in with that familiar person because it's familiarity to you. It's, you know, you're comfortable with it. It's like and so you'd rather sit in the toxicity and, you know, having to go out and, you know, to heal yourself and then find new love, you know? The finding the new love, it's like, even in the tarot, if I were to pull a spread for you right now, why I wouldn't even want to bring that on you right now, like, oh, someone new is going to come in your life, because it's like, kind of, if that's the kind of really what you're in, what I was just reading, I wouldn't want a new person to come into your life right now. Yes, maybe later down the line when you've healed from all of that toxicity and you've learned the lessons, and then, yeah, down the line somewhere, yeah, for sure, that new love is a possibility, of course, 100%, but not right after, not jumping out of one thing and then getting right into something else, you know, because then that's when you just drag all the problems and the bullshit with you into something new, you know. And chances are, if you're not completely healed, like I said, you're not going to attract, you know, you're going to attract the same shit in a different person. And so, you know, you gotta, you know, it's okay. It's okay to, it's not okay to do that. But what I'm saying is it's okay. It's okay to take a step back from the situation, like the card with the sailboat, you know, it's okay to break away for a little bit so you can gain some clarity, you know, and do what you got to do for yourself. You know, forget about other people and the fact that, oh, you know, like I feel bad, or, you know, oh, it's because, you know, this person's going to be alone. I don't know why, but I thought about that. Maybe this person, you know, manipulates you and bullshits you to no end because they tell you shit like that. Like, oh, but I'm going to be alone if you leave. Do you want me to be alone? Do you want me to, you know, well, life will go down if you leave. There, you know, that's all manipulation. That's toxic. If there's a lot of manipulation like that to where it's making you feel a sense of guilt for leaving, that right there is toxic, people. That is manipulation, and it's a tactic that some people like to do, and so it's bullshit, you know. So yeah, we want to just steer clear of all those things and see those toxic things for what they are, so we can be like, okay, I need to get away from this, you know. Yeah, especially if it's causing you to lose sleep. Oh, I never seen so many lose sleep cards like that. That was kind of crazy. Yeah. So, anywho, We are pushing an hour here on the chat. It turned into a read and not just chat, but that was my chat in between, right? I don't know, it kind of all ended up tying in. It all ended up tying in the end, and it kind of made sense. That's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. So that's some craziness right there. But you know, just I don't know. I've said what I had to say about that, and that's all I can say. Poor Scum. When he's sitting there on the bench and he's like, I've said all I can say about that. I don't know exactly, but I know that he makes reference to that. I think I've said all I can say about that. That's funny. That's a good movie. Speaking of movie, I think I'm gonna catch one right now, and maybe I don't know, see what's out there, what catches my eye, what piques my interest, and then get myself some lunch and enjoy the rest of my day because yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll jump in here later on again tonight and then just post another thumbnail that says chat. Unless I decide to do the Sagittarius reading. I don't know. That popped into my brain too. That could also be a possibility. But if that is the case, I will put in the thumbnail that is the Sagittarius reading. So that way you know, if your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sag, you know, like, hey, click, she's talking about that's my read. She's talking about my sign. But I also do believe though too that, you don't have to be Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If you were drawn to just click on it, there could be something in that message for you, in that read. It could be whatever. Just like whoever was drawn to click on chat, in here that I chatted about, that was for you. Something you needed to hear, right? Right. Yeah, so, I don't know. I feel kind of like, my mood feels like, I don't know, like not sad, but I don't know. I just feel kind of like, maybe I need to watch a comedy, make myself laugh. Yes, that's what it is. Comedy. I need to my muse needs to be comedy right now, and I need to find a good comedy to get myself in a laughing type of mood, right? Right. Yeah, so anywho, point is that I'm glad you guys all joined me, whatever time, space, or place that you did whenever you caught this read, right? I'm glad that you came in here and spent some time with me and listened to the whole, if you got through the whole video, that's awesome. So yes, like, share, comment, subscribe. I highly encourage you to do that. Don't be shy. Feel free to drop a comment, even if it's just a little emoji. Feel free to like that video, right? It's free to like, subscribe if you haven't already. And then, there's like I said, I go on live all the time. So that way you could catch me on the next live, get notified, right? I think it's by you hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I pop on here. So thank you so much for joining me. Sorry that was such a shit love read, but you know what? It's the reality of things, right? We don't live in 24/7 Delulu land of rainbows and sunshine when it comes to romance and love. It could get super messy and chaotic, and yeah, your life can get turned upside down pretty fast, right? From one day to the next. But yeah, so thank you again for joining me whenever you did. And so maybe I'll hop on again later on. And so we'll see what messages come out in the next one. So thank you all again and again and again. You're always going to be thanked for joining me all the time. Just know that I very much appreciate it. And so till we meet again, until the next time, I'll see you soon. Bye.